start with Harris Lawson, OKCThunder.com.
Hey, Coach, when a team is shooting like the Rockets were tonight, just shooting over 50% from the three kind of throughout the whole game, what are some of the controllables you're looking for on the defensive end to kind of help mitigate some of those looks?
Yeah, I think we'll watch the film. These are tough to evaluate right after, because obviously there was a lot of shot making going on. But we got to, see where we can have them feel us a little bit more, on the ball. I thought specifically in the first quarter, first half transition in the half court, I just didn't think we had a lot of physicality on ball or in our help. And they got into a rhythm and they got really comfortable, which, they came into the game in a rhythm. They've won 5 in a row. They played really well. We needed a little more pop tonight to stop them in their heels, and we didn't have that, obviously.
Barry Trammell, the Oklahoman.
Yeah, Mark, when you play somebody like the Nets, their offense can get going. Houston's got a lot of remnants of a high-scoring team. Do you worry about your defense getting into a slump, though? You've played decent defense most of the year. Can defenses go into a slump?
Yeah, I think so, because so much of defense is predicated on energy and spirit and will. But we also, we chart our defense, every single game to try to be a little more process oriented. And, there was a game in Portland earlier in the week where we gave up a lot of points. Our rating defensively wasn't great, but we charted out really well. And it was just a night where they made shots. And so, whereas the Nets game the other night, we didn't chart out well, so we try to focus on controllables after the game. Obviously the game's emotional. No one likes to give up 130 points or, 20 something threes or 33s, however many they made. But, we need to find the stuff that we can control, and we need to try to continue to improve that. And I think that, to your point with the slump, I think slumps are an emotional thing, and we try to use process and try to use fundamentals to, remove the emotion and really, root down into the stuff that we can control. And we'll do that tomorrow, and hopefully we're a better team on Wednesday.
Nick Gallo, Thunder Broadcasting.
Mark, I know this is anecdotal, but on offense, I think you had back-to-back possessions where Hami kind of surveyed on one of them and pounded the rock. It ended up in a shot clock violation. Very next possession, he comes down kind of more decisive, and you get a wide-open Kenrich 3 on the wing. Are those the types of things that you're going to be kind of showing in terms of playing with pace and the differences that pace and tempo can create in your offense?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about those clips specifically, Nick. We can give you some. You can have a guest film session with those ones.
I just meant in general.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I mean, every game we try to show contrast clips, whatever they are, where it's like, here's us making the mistake, and here's what happens when we make the mistake, to your point with that play. And then here's what happens when you do it correctly, or here's when the correction gets made, what can happen. And again, try to be a consistent team. There's every game, there's going to be possessions where you're really good, and there's going to be possessions where you're really bad. And you just want to tilt the scales towards more possessions where it's really good. It's more about consistency. And, that sort of exercise is something we do after every game, regardless of outcome. And we'll do it again tomorrow and the next day.
Joe Masato, the Oklahoman.
Mark, Shea came up limping late in the second quarter, and you subbed him out for Darius, and then it didn't look like he wanted to be taken out of the game and came right back in. Can you sort of walk us through what happened on that sequence?
Yeah, I mean, anytime a guy, is limping around a little bit, I try to keep an eye on him. And, he was favoring it for multiple possessions. And so I just got a sub up for him just so Donnie and our medical people could talk to him. Just trying to keep the big picture in mind there. And he got cleared and obviously played the rest of the game.